It's so obvious we have a choice for the future. We can keep doing things the way we've been doing them, or we can grow smarter, we can grow better communities, and we can really try and invest our resources and create places that are much more vibrant, feel better to live in, and are much better for the well-being of our citizens.
In a country of 311 million people at this point, we're some of the lucky few million who've got a chance to say, what we have now is terrific and we can have it 10, 20, 30 years from now, but only if we ask the right questions and apply ourselves and step up and speak out for what we want.
I'm awed by the fact that we still have something so special here, and that we can keep that, and we can still have a vibrant community and people can still come and live here.
The challenge is the more people that want to live here, where do they go, and how do you keep cities from sprawling?
We have advantages in these communities that other communities sadly now realize that they squandered. And we have an opportunity to preserve those qualities for the future.
This is America. People want choices. Back 20 years ago, you can have any housing situation you want as long as it's a 3-bedroom house on a quarter-acre lot with a 2-car garage. And there are people, young people, old people, who want choice. And so that's what we're doing, is providing people choice. Those choices make communities stronger. Those choices enhance economy. Those choices help protect the environment.
Some people react to the term smart growth with skepticism or even alarm, that it's some sort of a prescription that's being forced onto people that's going to narrow their choices. And it's my experience that the exact opposite is true. The prescription that's been making communities the same all across the country for decades now has been foreclosing options. People can't bicycle as easily or walk as easily. They're increasingly relegated to their automobiles and driving all over the place and losing air quality and a livable community.
For years, we've been presenting smart growth as a good idea, and lots of people understand that it's a good idea. What we haven't in the past had to emphasize is that it's a good deal, too. The notion of living and working and playing in close proximity, when you start having to account for transportation costs as well as housing costs, smart growth makes a lot of sense.
The value of land goes up if people can get somewhere without having to get in a car. And so I think bringing people closer to the city and making it a vibrant city is what a lot of people here are looking for.
It's so expensive to provide city services, water, sewer, police services, fire services, as the town sprawls and grows. The more that we go up within our own boundaries and not sprawl, the less expensive it is for the town to grow. Bringing in jobs and more businesses creates more opportunities for people to live in town, more opportunities for people to shop in town.
Or when you create a place where a business says, you know, I really feel like if we moved our headquarters there, the people would have a quality of life that would keep them working with us for a long time.
When communities plan accordingly, when they have a vision, when they can set the stage, so to speak, for economic development to happen, it creates opportunity.
Growth is real, it's going to occur, and we have to accommodate it. And we have a choice. We can either let it spread out and impact the environment, or we can concentrate it and make great places and great communities.
Great neighborhoods have a great sense of place. They have something that you can say about that neighborhood that makes it unique from other ones.
Having an extremely pedestrian-friendly downtown with outside eateries, with nice landscaping, with automobiles that are moving slowly and watching out for their pedestrians, to have an area where families can bring the kids downtown and have an area where they can play and be.
In a higher density neighborhood, I can walk or bike to a grocery store or to a convenience store.
It's about pulling together streets and parking and mixing uses and really good building design and quality use of open space. And when you pull those things together, you get a compact footprint of development. And when you do that, it's easier to walk, It's safer, there's eyes on the street, people feel good about where they are, and again, when we think about those places we cherish most in our communities, they have that mix of uses, they have that feel.
To be successful, you have to provide people with choices. You want to live in a ranch house? Fine, we got ranch houses. You want to live downtown in a condo? Fine, we have those too. It doesn't mean everybody has to live in a condo downtown. It means they have the choice to live in a condo downtown. Want to drive a car? Fine. You know, you're going to pay for the gas. Want to ride the bus? We have that option. Want to be able to live someplace where you can walk and bike for everything you do? Great, we have that option too. We don't have those choices today. Those are the things that smart communities are doing, is putting those choices in place for their citizens so that they can live the life that they choose to live.
People really embrace the ability to control our own future, to control our own destiny, to have the kind of towns and countrysides that we prefer to live in and work in.
I think we can grow in a smart way. I think we can work together to try and figure out what that looks like, and as a community we can come up with something that's really great.
How do we get everybody to come to the table to work on solutions rather than just bring up problems?
I think we shouldn't be afraid to learn from our past and plan for the future.
I would like to believe that we're smart enough as a community to be proactive in a lot of these growth issues.
What can I do to get decision makers to think in terms of the community growing and being planned?
Get off your butt and do something, because if you don't show up with a bombastic guy who's running for the legislature or the city council, I'll tell you, there will be people who will show up, and they won't be people you really hope will run your government.
I live in a great place. It's a great place now. Will it be a great place when my kids are my age? Will it be a great place when their kids are my age? I wake up in the morning, look myself in the eye and say, can I live with what I'm doing today to make sure that the world they have is the same as or better than mine?